Hello and welcome to the KBL Walk and Talk. Yeah, I want to touch on basically all this flag business and to say, like, is this operation Raise the Flag, is it a Psyop? Are they trying to socially engineer a civil war? Because basically it starts off all harmlessly, and then you get the momentum going, and then you get the division going. And I'm not saying I do support putting the flag everywhere, by the way. I'm not ashamed of where I live or where I come from. You know, at the end of the day, I think the England flag's the Knights Templar flag. But anyway, put that to one side. I still don't hold it against anybody who waves the flag, and I even wanted to get a flag, and I might get some still, but I don't want to get drawn into this it's basically social engineered revolution. What I feel like it, yeah, I feel like it's turning into that, because that's the thing. They control both sides, so they engineer any agenda they want to. So if they want a certain outcome, they engineer it to get to that outcome. So I hope you like the shirt anyway. Freedom Rappers, I can't remember his name now, I'll post it afterwards. Sorry, my memory's bad because I don't sleep very well, but that's the main reason. So it's hard to remember everything, and then you get like overloaded with so many things going on. But yeah, I just want to touch on the flags, and I feel like it's just the direction they want to pull us all into. So if they get this outcome what they desire, so a civil war, then they'll be able to bring in a martial law and this police state. So basically surveillance everywhere. Like, it's bad enough as it is. There's like cameras everywhere. Like London's got a ridiculous amount of cameras, and in the other cities as well. I think Liverpool's got thousands, Bristol's got thousands, and then probably all the other cities, and even the towns have got CCTV everywhere, and they say it's for your safety. But then, do they even care about your safety? Because they just allow undocumented men to come in every day across the shore, across the English Channel from France, without no background checks, no documentation. They don't have passports, you don't know who they are, don't know if they're military, and it's all majority military aged men. So yeah, I feel like with this flag business, it feels to me like the ice bucket challenge, when they basically tested the British people. Well, not even, no, I can't even say the British people. I mean, didn't it start in America? So I got that wrong, sorry. So basically, wasn't it a worldwide thing? But basically they engineered that, didn't they? And I think that was a test to see if people would comply and follow it. And then COVID was the big test. I mean, that was the ultimate compliance test, wasn't it? Compliance to wear the mask, compliance to be 6 foot away from the next man or lady, compliance to stay indoors, compliance to not travel, not go out of your area unless you really have to, unless it's for work and you're an essential worker. And there's so many compliance tests, and like even education itself, when you go to school, I mean, it's just teaching you, well, not even, yeah, you can say, no, more like indoctrinating you to believe in authority and to follow certain things. So yeah, I believe this flag business is basically to social engineer a civil war, because this is what they want. They don't care who dies, who gets caught in the crossfire. They just really don't care, as long as they get in their police state. You know, it'd probably be AI controlled eventually, and then everybody will be monitored and tracked, and then the digital ID will become mandatory. Well, even mandatory don't mean what it means, but it'd probably be like pushed on everyone to access certain services and certain venues. You're going to need your digital ID. So that's the thing, they can't get you to sign up to these things voluntarily, so they have to cause like problem reaction solution. So like with the Iraq war and Afghanistan war, they need to make the problem first, so they made it out at the terrorists from Saudi Arabia, and it still don't make sense how that connected up to Iraq and Afghanistan. Oh, wasn't it Oh yeah, I remember now. Osama bin Laden was supposed to be the ringleader behind the attacks, and then I can't remember what Iraq had to do with it, but they were supposed to have weapons of mass destruction, but never found, because he was never there. It's all a lie. So they make the problem first, so they take down the Twin Towers, and then Tower 7, that collapsed before it's supposed to. They done a live report, and the tower didn't collapse, and it collapsed after the reporters mentioned it was collapsing or collapsed. But a lot of people didn't notice at the time, because everything just happened so quick. It was like in the afternoon in the UK, early morning in New York. I think it's like 8 or 9 o'clock, or was it 11 o'clock? I can't remember. But I think in the UK it's about 2ish. And so only one video, the footage of the aeroplanes. It's amazing, isn't it? But yeah, they engineer these things. It's like the Russian Revolution. That was just basically because the Khazarians got kicked out of Russia. So the Bolsheviks were basically getting the men in small hats back into Russia. So they had to kill the royal family to establish control over the Russian Empire. And then what was it, World War II was created, so the Khazarians, Ashkenazi could have a new country in the Middle East, in Palestine. But they took over that land and then called it Israel, with the star of Moloch. But yeah, so much social engineering to get an outcome. So yeah, even though I fully support these people with the flags, I might take part myself, but I'm going to try and keep out of the civil war stuff, because I don't want to get dragged into that, because I don't want to do their bidding. I don't want to help these people. That's why I don't vote, and I try and do as little as I can to help them. I still don't like certain aspects in my life where I want to basically change things so I can even expand on other areas, so I can get away from supporting this government in any way. So I want to make videos, and I want to get revenue from videos, so I can become less dependent on working and not having to pay taxes to the UK government. Because when you're working, they just steal 20% of your money, so you don't even have a say on it. I must say as well to people on the left, they do not get like the bigger picture. They do not think about things on a deeper level. You know, when they support mass illegal immigration, they're not doing themselves any favours, because all these areas they live in, like London and other cities, because there's always metropolitan people in it what support the left side mostly. But don't they get like you're going to be surrounded by these people, and so many of them criminals. And I'm not saying every single asylum seeker, illegal immigrant is dangerous and a criminal, but there's a fair few which are, and crime is going up every area where there's a hotel. Like there's rape, theft, sexual assaults, and not just against women, it's against little boys and like men, and even old ladies and old men. And also what they need to appreciate as well, that when people stand up against the illegal immigration, they're not doing it solely because they hate these people. They're doing it because they want their areas to be safer. They want to be able to afford to buy a house. They want to afford to rent a house. They want to be able to earn higher wages. You know, you've got these people coming in, they're not contributing. You've got people working for Deliveroo, Uber Eats, and what's the other one, Just Eat, and they're not paying any taxes. They're staying in a hotel funded by you. So if you're on the left, you're paying for them, and at the same time your services are getting reduced in the NHS. Police are less available to you. There's less housing available to you. Your wages are going down. You know, why do you want to keep punching yourself in the face? You know, you seriously got to stop being stupid and indoctrinate and stop caring about these tosspots who you call your friends and seeking their approval. Oh, we're not talking to him, he's far right, he's a racist. Fuck's sake, stop being a fucking moron. You know, at the end of the day, when you're the minority, Mr. Lefty, and your area becomes like Pakistan, do you think they're gonna respect you? Do you think they're gonna give you a job? Do you think they're gonna rent a house to you or a flat to you first, or are they gonna give it to a Pakistani member of the community first before they give it to you? And don't you see all these countries, they're not about freedom. You keep shouting about freedom for everyone, but you're okay with people being imported to this country who come from countries which are not free, and they don't respect women. They look at women like they can take and do what they want. You don't understand Islam. You don't understand these people. Some of them are psychopaths, and they're willing to die for a book which they don't even know is real. They don't even know, like, is their religion actually real? Like, because they throw stones at a cube. The cube of Saturn. You need to look into Saturn, what it means. You know, Saturn is Kronos in Greece. Do you know there's a room in the United Nations building in New York where there's this black rock, and there's a company called Black Rock, and then it features in films and it features in video games, the Xbox X series, the GameCube, the Sega Saturn. You know, Saturn is the Lord of the Rings. And at university, when they graduate, they wear a four-pointed hat, which is the Saturn hat. And then the judges and the university graduates, they wear black, which is the colour of Saturn. But you think like the world in so simplistic terms. You don't understand like the bigger picture. You don't understand the implications and all the problems faced by everybody else, because you're so centered on your virtual signalling, and you're willing to destroy your country, you're willing to destroy your way of life just to please these complete arsewipes in government. And that's the thing, and the left as well, you keep saying it's about the rich. It's the rich bringing the illegal immigrants in, because they want to overthrow the nation state. They want Ireland to stop being Irish. They want Britain to stop being British. They want France to stop being French. That's why they're importing thousands and millions of people to overthrow these countries. They want an ultimate wage slave. They want to control you. They can't control the European race because we're thinkers, we're individuals. So they're bringing people in from the third world because they're easier to control. They're easier to manipulate. You need to get your head around the bigger picture. You need to stop following the globalists. And that's the thing. The very people you say are the problem are the people paying for the NGOs. They're the ones controlling the governments. You know, you've got this notion that building more houses is the answer, but they're not going to build more houses. They don't want to build more houses. All they want to do is profit, 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 and sell your future down the river. Sell it to a higher bidder. They don't care. You know, all these issues, you can blame it on Brexit, you can blame it on the EU, you can blame it on the government, but they allow it to happen. It's always excuse after excuse, and it don't matter who you vote for. They're going to carry out their orders. They've been paid off. And people on the left, you just do not get it. You've been so indoctrinated. You are part of the problem. And then you got Antifa. Why are you dressed in black like Mussolini was? Why are you supposed to be about stopping fascism, but then you're fascist yourself? You know, it's just idiotic. You're not true to yourself. You're not true to anyone. And you don't care about people. You claim like you care about the immigrants. Why don't you care about the old people? Why don't you care about your fellow countrymen and women? You know, each time there's a hotel taken over, that's changing that community forever. You're making women unsafe, children unsafe. You're making it more expensive for everybody else. You're making it impossible to find a hotel. Like in Ireland, it's ridiculous now how much it costs to stay there, because they got all these immigrants in hotels. And why do and people on the left, why do you think they can house illegal immigrants but they can't house the homeless? The homeless on the street, they freeze to death in the winter. Why are we not helping them first? Why are we helping people who do not have no right to be here? There's no obligation to help them. They're coming from Albania. There's no war in Albania. There's no war in Pakistan. And I don't care if you get upset with this video. I really don't. I've had enough. This country's going down the toilet. Same as all the rest of the West, like America and Australia. There's all great countries before. Canada was a great country. New Zealand, France, Germany. Leave the Germans alone. You know, they had the economic boycott against German goods in 1933. And that whole war is all lies. It was all set up to set up the state of Israel. And then Russia, communism didn't come from Russia. It was the first victim of communism. You know, these countries, they destroyed, the Cabal has destroyed so many countries. You not see the links from Greece to Rome, from Babylonia? They're not there by accident. All the Roman architecture around English cities and Washington DC, it's not there by accident. All the obelisks around the world for Osiris, the Egyptian god. Was it the Egyptian god of the underworld? You know, it's all there by design. It's all the same people, the same bloodlines. Wake up. It's getting beyond the point now. Like you're not realising what you're doing. You're not going to have a homeland to come back to. And by the time you wake up to what's happened, it's going to be too late. No, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of living here, and it's like I go to work and people are getting in this country too easily. They're pushing down wages. How are we supposed to earn more money and live better? We're just bringing in people who don't have to pay national insurance for 3 years. Then you've got illegal workers staying in hotels for free. But me and you, yeah, and you on the left, yeah, you're going to have to pay £100 a night to stay in a hotel, but not the refugee. And then they're working for Deliveroo, they're not paying any tax. So how do you think the roads are going to get fixed? How do you think everything else is going to get done? And all the millionaires and billionaires are leaving the UK. They're going to Abu Dhabi and Dubai. You know, they're after the farms. But all you're bothered about is virtue signalling. You really need to get a grip and realise you're on the wrong side. We're all engineered, we're all brainwashed, we're all programmed to think certain ways. But it's about time we stop being programmed and stop being brainwashed and wake up to reality and start fighting back. Take the country back and take the West back. Get these people out. Stop voting for a bloody new mastering. You know, stop believing in the government system. Do you know it means mind control? Governary. This govern means control. Means mind. Mind control. Acts of Parliament. Parliament acting. It's all acting. Like stage and screen. It's all actors. Look at Donald Trump. How many TV shows and films has he been in? Boris Johnson. They've all got IMDb pages. They've all got acting pages. They're all actors. They're all pretending. They're all reading from a script. That's why they don't make any mistakes when they do Prime Minister's questions. Come on, people. And these people on the left, why do you hate yourself so much? Do you not understand, like, if we become a minority, then we're not going to have no power, and then they come after you? Have we not learned from history? Look at Islam. Look what happened to Europe. Turkey used to be part of the Greek Empire, and now it's an Islamic country, and then you got Islam in the Balkans. And then Germany, it's got those immigrants from Morocco and Turkey and the Netherlands and Belgium. And like in Belgium, it's not far off 50% of young children are non-white, are Muslim children. Is that the future you want for European countries in the West? Do you want to follow that religion? Because you won't be able to. Yeah, and that's another thing with the left, yeah. You won't be able to smoke all your dope, and you won't be able to drink alcohol once the country becomes Islamic. You know, you think it's bad now, you wait. You will learn the hard way. And please, people, if you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe. I'm not getting much on I'm not getting as much as I should do on YouTube. I think they hide my videos. Because it's funny, I've done one about travelling and I'm getting so many views for that one, but on this channel I get hardly any. It's only because I share on Telegram a lot, I get quite a few. But yeah, and there's Odyssey. Odyssey, I've only got 2 followers, and I want to grow Rumble more as well. So yeah, if you can, that'd be great. You can follow or subscribe. Hello. Yeah, because I want to get this word out, and it's like we're running out of time. Because this country, I don't think it can wait till 2029. I think it needs to change now. I think by then it's going to be too late. Islam's starting to get a grip on towns in West Yorkshire and Sheffield, parts of London, Birmingham and Leicester. I think it's too late. Blackburn's too late, I think. And then Bradford, it's way too late. And then they're going to start expanding to the smaller towns and cities. And these people as well on the left. It's right saying we're all human, yeah, we are. But when there's like people who follow a cult, and it's not just the religion, like you're thinking of it in a small way. You're not thinking about the Sharia courts. So even people in the freedom movement who say like, oh, we're all people, but in a Sharia court there is no common law, and there won't be no law of the land. It will just be Islamic law, and that's it. So for women, that is going to be really bad, because they could get raped, and then under Islamic law the man is protected. You know, it might be uncomfortable for you, it might be hard for you to get your head around, but you need to start getting your head around this. You need to wake up, because what you're doing is really destroying this country. And don't think you can fly off anywhere else very easily, because a lot of countries are getting more difficult to get into. And as this country descends further down the toilet, do you think the British passport is going to get you very far? Because as more crime comes to this country, then less countries are going to want us in there. They ain't going to want British people in their country if the crime keeps going through the roof. So there's a saying, isn't there, once you make your bed and you have to sleep in it. So all these lefties and Antifa and all these tosspots, sorry, but it's true. Once this country drops right down then how are you going to get in another better country? Because they ain't going to want you, because you're going to have that passport from here, and then because of the reputation and all the crime, they're not going to want you. But if you help change this country to make it better, and I don't want to go along the bullshit of make America great again, because he's just a bought and paid for Israeli agent, isn't he? Because Trump's working for Israel more than America. You don't care about America. That's what the terrorists are there to destroy America. Because basically the terrorists are attacks, and he's going to destroy America. The debt is too high. He's not making America great again. He's destroying America. And they're all in the same club. It's what people got to learn. There's no point voting for blue or red or left or right. It's all the same system. It's the same bird. It's the eagle. Anyway, people, I think I've said enough. Hopefully this gets through to some. I don't know if it reach any lefties, but if they're watching this video, please take on board what I've said. Think about it in a logical manner. Don't be tribal. Think outside the box. Well, if you're going to do what you're going to do, think how you're going to think, and you can't change, then sorry, I'm wasting my time. But hopefully some of you will get it and change and help the other side. Anyway, people, thank you for watching. Hope you watched to the end. If you did, I appreciate it very much. Speak to you soon. And there's no sheep in my circle. Thanks, people. Bye.